If you've been online at all over the past 6 months, you'll probably notice there are two emerging perspectives when it comes to AI and software development. On one side, we have some who feel that AI is useless, just generates a bunch of slop, and real developers would never touch it. On the other side, some express a narrative that traditional software development is dead, and anyone still writing code by hand in 12 months is going to be unemployed. I personally think that both views are way too extreme, especially after spending time in depth with some of the latest tools. My experience and the consensus that I've been hearing from others is that the effectiveness of coding agents rises or falls depending with the skill of the user. If you don't know much, then you may get started more effectively, but as you get closer to trying to make a production-ready product, you'll find your inexperience may be challenging to overcome. And if you do happen to have the right skills and experience, it could be a huge time saver and a great way of speeding up your production, as long as you use it cautiously. And with that in mind, here are 3 guidelines that I have for you to keep you solidified as we head into the future. First, stay focused on your fundamentals. My prediction is that over time, developers with solid fundamentals will become increasingly rare and valuable. As an industry, we have a challenge. Inevitably, people will use LLMs to create the majority of code bases. That's already happening and will only increase as we get into the future. The problem is that only the most diligent of us will keep our fundamentals sharpened by continuing to write at least some of our code by hand. We're about to enter a new generation of developers who have never written significant pieces of code without an LLM by their side. They may code faster, but is it possible to develop the instinct for knowing what's wrong without deep experience of writing the code? I don't think so, though I'm willing to stay open-minded to being proven wrong. This is one of the biggest reasons why I continue to do traditional coding tutorials. I think that we need to keep developing and increasing our understanding as a community. And I don't know about other people, but I find that even if I stop coding for a couple days, I start losing that muscle memory. It's the same thing as an athlete that stops training. Some of your skill might remain, but you lose that sharp edge. I believe that developers who treat their fundamentals like a daily practice while leveraging the best attributes of AI are going to be the ones who stay relevant. Not because AI replaced everyone else, but because they will be the ones who are needed when the code breaks. This is especially true for larger companies with big code bases. And here's something that'll probably surprise some people that I have seen firsthand at larger companies. Most of them don't have modern tool chains at all. As companies focus on the bottom line and getting products to market as quickly as possible, there's a tendency to focus less on maintaining that code and investing into it. Over time, those systems get outdated and developers are increasingly forced to create these elaborate workarounds and quick fixes to keep the code from breaking. Over years, this turns into big technical debt where companies are scared to update their systems as it would break absolutely everything. And guess what? LLMs have little to no training data on those Frankenstein scenarios of how those bespoke frameworks and systems fit together. And that's where they're going to need developers who know how to think and interpret systems at their lowest fundamental levels. So if you want to get hired, stay focused on the fundamentals. Without fundamentals, you can't tell the difference between code that works and code that kind of looks like it works. And those two are not the same. Second, develop a taste for good design and product sense. LLMs can certainly help you get a prototype together more quickly, and they'll happily suggest features for you. But one thing they can't tell you is if what you're building is good or kind of crap. One thing is for sure, if you let the LLM develop for you without a good sense of taste, you're in a place to create something that looks just like any other AI-generated product that's out there. The how of building is becoming less of a question, while the what to build has become more prevalent. What should this product be? Who is it for? What does it stand for? Those aren't technical problems. Those are judgment problems. And judgment is taste. This is where great designers and product creators are going to get a massive opportunity to level up. If you're in that camp, you're at a premium in this market. And the premium is just going to keep growing because the world is drowning in generic AI flavored product. The antidote is people like us with strong opinions about what's worth building and the eye to make it stand out in this saturated market. And if you're a developer who's spent most of your career deep in the implementation details, this is a chance to widen out. Spend a little time learning about typography, read about Gestalt principles, study products you love, and figure out why you love them. Pay attention when something feels broken in a piece of software and when something just works, and develop that ability to articulate the difference. The developers and product builders who know how to leverage these tools with good taste and product sense will stand out in this new world. And in an age where we're flooded with hundreds and thousands of products that don't really say anything, that's going to be valuable. And here's my final tip. Lean in on what you already know. I come from a turntablist, DJ, and creative producer background and did that professionally for over 10 years, winning competitions, playing clubs all across the world, remixing for big name artists, and more. So when I'm thinking about my own development projects, I'm coming in with a lot of knowledge about what DJs want, what types of tools traveling producers enjoy while making music on their laptop at the airport, and which ones they hate, and so on. This also applies to your talents and experience outside of music. I come from a mental health background from my time in the Air Force, so I've got DJing, music tech, and mental health. Pretty unique combination. And everybody watching this video also has a unique combination that nobody else can copy. That's the type of experience that AI can't replicate. Now, let's take the flip side. I'm not a guitarist, and I'm not much of a mastering engineer. If I tried to build a guitar plugin myself, I think I'd do okay, but I don't have the insights or experience of someone who understands the nuances of that area. They'd probably be able to make a really amazing product. So my advice to you is to figure out where your depth and experience lives. Is it spatial audio, games, modular synths? Pick a few of those and dive deep. That's your advantage where you can build those special products that AI can't. That also means being honest about what you don't know. There's this temptation right now to spread thin across every audio niche that you can think of, and I'd push the other direction. The audio software market over the next decade is not going to be won by people who can build anything. It's going to be won by people who actually do the things the products were created for, whether it's DJs, video gamers, guitarists, or mental health therapists. Look, I want to be clear. I'm not anti-AI, and I'm not all AI either. I use these tools every day and they save me real time. And I think the conversation around them has gotten way too binary. AI is not going to make audio developers obsolete, and it's not useless junk either. What it's going to do is actually raise the bar on what counts as good. And that's good news for people like us who care about our craft. People like us, the developers, creators who treat our fundamentals like a daily practice, build our taste, and lean into the areas where we have the depth, are going to be the ones who exceed in this next age of software. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Where's your depth? What specialty are you leaning into? Drop it in the comments. And if you're not part of our community yet, the link is in the video description below. Come join us. Happy coding, and I'll see you on the next one.